Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025. Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing, also commemorating Viksit Bharat 2047 as part of awareness and campaigns. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today, we are celebrating International Dance Day, which is celebrated on April 29th every year. So put your dancing shoes on and get ready to step out. Dancing is universal, woven into virtually every society all over the world. Humans simply love dance. It brings us together, whether we are the ones on the dance floor or are watching the professional performance of others. Dancing is exhilarating and impressive. Let's honor the world of dance together. So the Dance Committee of the International Theatre Institute, ITI, established April 29th as International Dance Day in 1982 to highlight the amazing diversity and talents of dancers all over the globe. The date was chosen because it marks the birthday on Jean-Georges Nouverie, 1727 to 1810, the creator of modern ballet. The International Theatre Institute created this day to promote dance across the world, to make people aware of the value of dance and to enable dance community to promote their work on the broad scale. The hope is for governments and opinion leaders to become increasingly aware of the value and importance of dance in all its forms and support it. On top of all this, International Dance Day was created for us to just enjoy dance for what it is and share the joy with others. Every year, the ITI selects an exemplary choreographer or dancer to write the official day's message. Their website lists the location of their annual gala as well as other advertised events worldwide. Evidence of dance has been found dating back 9,000 years, and it has been grown into a worldwide phenomenon. This day encourages people to celebrate their favorite type of dance while also learning new styles. There are dance styles for people of all ages and rhythm capabilities, so there's no excuse for you not to get involved. Today is also commemorated as World Wish Day, which is celebrated every year on April 29th. This day is sponsored by the Make-A-Wish Foundation, an organization that focuses on making the wishes of terminally ill children came true. It is a day that even children take joy in celebrating as it's primarily has to do with them. Although not all wishes that are made are or can be granted. You will be surprised to know that more than half a million wishes have been granted by the foundation since its inception a few decades ago, and many more would be granted in the years to come. It is almost impossible to find a person without a wish. Everyone has either consciously or otherwise wished for something before. Making wishes is not restricted to a particular age group, as we find all people wishing for something. Children also wish for something just as people differ in their choices. So do the wishes they make. World Wish Day was first celebrated on April 29, 2010. It is a day inspired by the touching story of young leukemia patient back in 1980. Christopher James Gracious was a 7-year-old, highly spirited boy battling blood cancer. However, even with the illness, Gracious' one wish was to be polite of police officer. So little he know that the Arizona police somewhat got whims of his wish and decided to grant it. On April 29, 1980, the little boy's wish was granted, making him a police officer and the only person to be bestowed an honorary DPS officer of Arizona. The smiles and joy that event brought to the Gracious were indescribable. The honorable event caught the attention of certain individuals who decided to form an organization tasked with granting wishes to children and hence the birth of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The first celebration of Make-A-Wish Day marked the 30th anniversary of the day Gracious as life's wish was granted. And since then, many surprising and equally fulfilling wishes have been granted by the foundation. In 2010 alone, a total of 198,000 wishes were granted. One of the daring wishes granted by the foundation includes making 9-year-old Kush Chirag a make-believe princess. Today is also commemorated as We Jump the World Day, which is celebrated on April 29th every year. This day is about art of parkour, also known as free running, and the impact it has on people who practice it. We Jump the World Day was first celebrated in 2016 by Team Farah, a clothing brand inspired by parkour. So hence, what the brand said, We Jump the World Day is all about going out with your crew or by yourself and doing parkour all around the world at the same time. The holiday places a strong emphasis on belongingness among the parkour community worldwide. So parkour began in the 1990s on the outskirts of Paris, France. David Belly initially developed free running according to his understanding of the art of movement as taught to him by the father, who was a firefighter. During his teenage years, Belly and his friends practiced parkour jumping and climbing over such structure as chairs, barriers, and walls all across the city. So Belly's art of movement involved utilizing structures in ways that were in part of their original purposes. Parkour was later popularized through films such as B-13, featuring Belly himself. Sporting events across the globe further helped the art form reach more people. The training discipline has its roots in the military obstacle courses and it involves running, climbing, swinging, rolling, polymetrics, etc. This sport is about getting the point A to point B despite the many struggles on the way. the most fluid way possible. Though Parker can either be a solitary or group activity, a certain community spirit has been formed among its practitioners. Today is also commemorated as Viral Video Day in US, which is celebrated every year on April 29 to marvel the extent to which certain videos, mostly shorts, go around the world, from those that make us laugh, cry, and angry to those inspire, motivate, and inform us. Viral videos have always been things of awe for viewers. Nonetheless, do you know that most videos that went viral had little chance of going so? Or that most videos created within the intent of turning viral get buried as quickly as they were birthed? Today is also commemorated as Poem in Your Pocket Day in US. Is celebrated on April 29th every year to encourage people across the United States to express themselves through poetry. The holiday began in 2002 when the Office of the Mayor in New York City, in collaboration with the city's Department of Cultural Affairs and Education, announced their intent to deem this day Poem in Your Pocket Day. Individuals are encouraged to write their own poetry, perform their own work, or create their own art inspired by poetry. The aim of course is to remind people of their participation in living art of poetry. Today is also commemorated as National Zipper Day. We are we are full of zip for this day. We take many things in life for granted, and the humble zipper is one of them. Have you ever paused to reflect on how zippers play a huge role in our daily lives? Zippers come in apparel, purses, boots, etc. are incredibly careful. While the first occurrence of National Zipper Day remains uncertain, there is actually quite an extensive history behind this device, and that has a whole day dedicated to it. It is believed that Elias, how we may have invented the first zipper, got a patent for what he is called automatic continuous clothing closure in 1800. However, neither did he market his product nor did he get any recognition for it. In the same period, a clasp locker was introduced at the Chicago World's Fair to fasten shoes. While it somewhat resembled Howie's creation, it wasn't the same and lost steam quickly. However, the company that manufactured it, the Universal Fastener Company, continued to be fully operational nonetheless. So, a Swedish American electrical engineer employed at Universal Fastener, Gideon Sundback, is credited with designing the modern zipper. He got the first patent for a hooker's fastener on April 29, 1930, which was later developed into a separate fastener. It took a while to become popular as it was mostly a shoe fastener in the beginning, after which the military started using the device. During the World War I, for flying suits, some manufacturers even used the device on tobacco pouches. Nevertheless, it was precisely a decade after the device received its first patent that it would actually be called a zipper. The term was coined by B.F. Goodrich in 1923 because of the sound it made. Today is also commemorated as National Supply Chain Day in US, celebrated on April 29th every year to mark the binding importance of the global supply chain in the everyday lives of people. National Supply Chain Day brings all the stakeholders together to share recent developments in the field introduced by 2020 by Georgia-based packaging outlet. The day aims to raise awareness about the way a supply chain affects all of us and how we can be better partners and benefactors of the global supply chain management system. Today is also commemorated as National Peace Rose Day in US as we honor and celebrate the hybrid tea rose. These light yellow or cream yellow colored flowers have petals with flush crimson pink edges. Not only they are beautiful, but they are known to be hardy, vigorous, and high resistance to disease. Today is also commemorated as Day of Trees in Colombia, which is observed on April 29th every year. The Colombians celebrate the day by planting trees, celebrated as Arbor Day in countries around the world. This tradition stretches back hundreds of years in the West to 1594 in the Spanish village of Maldonado. The village was the site of first documented arbor plantation festival in the history. Celebrated rather as Day of Trees in Colombia. This day is special to Colombians because of the country's acute environmental issues. More than 50 countries across the globe now celebrate Arbor Day with a mission to combat deforestation and resulting climate change. Today is also commemorated as AMKD Awareness Day. We recognize AMKD Awareness Day to better understand AMKD and discover how where you come from may impact your kidney health. Held on the last Tuesday of April during National Minority Health Month, AMKD Awareness Day aims to raise awareness of APOL1 medicated kidney disease, in short known as AMKD. AMKD is a group of kidney diseases linked to severe and rapidly progressive kidney disease in people of certain African descent. It is associated with mutations in the APOL protein, APOL1 gene. Everyone has two copies of APOL1 gene, but people who have Western and Central African ancestry, including those who are Black, African American, Afro Caribbean, and or Latino, are at an increased risk of having a mutation in one or both genes. People with two mutations are at higher risk of developing genetic forms of kidney disease, such as a focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, FSGS. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us. So we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form which has been raised in the form of votes before leaving the platform. So see you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. Take care. Good night.